EasyPass, Uni, Sunpass Pro. We'll look at all those transponders today to see what's the best, cheapest, and most efficient way to zoom through all those tolls across the US. Here, just a quick note to say that I am not sponsored in any way by any of the products that I mentioned in this video. It is strictly based on my personal travel experience. Okay, so we're back in studio with another information video for you. I just got back from a 3-week trip that was so much fun and very exciting, and I'm preparing lots of new content for you based on that trip. So please stay tuned over the next several weeks for all of these episodes related to my trip. I'll have one episode specific to the cruise we were on, one episode about a very interesting cruise stop that we did, one about Miami, and a few other surprise topics as well. I've already published one short video about our stop at Buc-ee's, which was quite the experience. So after this one, please check that video out as well. So whether you're a snowbird traveling to Florida or back, whether you're just someone who frequently drives up and down the East Coast, or you're embarking on a great American road trip that includes Florida, today we'll try to figure out what is the best toll pass for you. We'll compare 3 different types of transponders available, namely the EasyPass, Uni, and Sunpass Pro. We'll look at where you can use these transponders in the US, how you can get one, and how do the payments work. Now, if you're traveling to or within Florida, please stay tuned until the end of this episode where I'll mention a different type of transponder that is also available to you. Now, if you're finding value in this video, please give it a big like, a big thumbs up, and share it to your socials so that other travelers can learn from it as well. Okay, let's go. Okay, so first off, what are the different ways that we can pay for tolls in the US? Well, the traditional highway toll booths with an attendant where you had the option to pay cash have pretty much all been converted to electronic systems. They don't even allow for credit card payments. They're simply drive-through stations where you don't even need to stop. Now, if you have a transponder installed on your windshield, the system will scan the transponder, and if you don't, it will simply take a snapshot of your license plate and you'll receive a toll by mail. Now, in the toll by mail, you'll be charged the standard toll rate plus a processing fee which varies by state. So important to note that if you're crossing multiple states, you'll receive a toll by mail from each state, which also includes a processing fee on top of the toll charge. So when we're talking about transponders, what are we referring to? Well, a transponder is a small device that you attach to your windshield. So the one I use is the Sunpass Pro. It looks like this. And you see here the suction cups, and you just stick this to your windshield. So usually a transponder like this is linked to a credit card, it's prepaid, and it refills every time it reaches a lower limit. So as I mentioned, you don't even need to slow down. As you drive through the station, your transponder is charged and the amount of the toll will be deducted from your balance. So it's pretty easy peasy, and another advantage is that these transponders can be moved from one vehicle to another as long as it's the same vehicle class. So why do you need one of these, and how much are we talking about in terms of the cost of tolls on the East Coast? And what type of transponders are available? So let's take one of the longest East Coast routes, for example, leaving from Montreal, Canada, where I live, going to Miami. Now, of course, there are often alternate longer routes that you can take to avoid tolls as much as possible, but this drive is approximately 25 hours long, so most people who drive from north to south along the East Coast really do want to take the fastest and most direct way possible. And this means paying tolls. So I use the TollSmart app to calculate this, and at this point in time in February 2024, it gave me $37.24 USD as a total for that one-way trip, which equates to approximately $50 Canadian at the current exchange rate. So we're talking $100 round trip plus the processing fees plus the hassle of having to go online and actually pay those bills. And when I say processing fee, those range from $2 to $7 US on each bill that you receive. So how much can we save by using a transponder? Now, what's important to know is that transponders are not valid across all the United States. Different parts of the country use different types of transponders. But for this East Coast route with a few additional states, there are three major brands of transponders. You have the Easy Pass, the Uni, and the Sunpass Pro. Now, these three all advertise an average savings of 25%, and on top of that, you save by not having to pay the processing fee. So what are the differences between the Easy Pass, the Uni, the Sunpass Pro, and which one should you get? Essentially, as of this year, these three are pretty interchangeable as Easy Pass and Uni are now accepted in Florida. So if you already have one or the other, there is no need to change it. So what's the difference? If we look at Easy Pass is linked to the state that issues it. Now, for Canadians who want to order an Easy Pass, the only US state that issues and ships it to Canada is New York State. The cost is $25 USD and it's only available by online order. Now, based on what I've read online and what's not clear to me is whether the Easy Pass issued by New York State offers you bigger savings within the state of New York versus toll savings in other states. So if anyone knows anything about this, please write it up in the comments below. Uni is another transponder that's valid in all the same states as Easy Pass, and the advantage of this one is that you can purchase it on Amazon at a cost of $14.95. For Canadians, it's currently sold at a price of $40 Canadian. Now, as I mentioned, the one we use is Sunpass Pro, mainly because I hadn't realized how much tolls would cost, and when we got to Florida, this was the quickest and easiest one to get. So you can purchase Sunpass Pro on their website, sunpasspro.com, but the reason I got this one is because we were in a time crunch and it is also available at retail stores in Florida, including the Publix supermarket, at Walgreens, and at CVS. I got mine at Walgreens. And the cost of the Sunpass Pro is $14.95 US. So once you have any of these transponders, you just activate them online, easy peasy, and you're ready to go. Now, for Canadians, if you'd like to order one before your trip, you can order it on their site as well, sunpasspro.com, and they do ship to Canada. Now, although Easy Pass, Uni, and Sunpass Pro can mostly be used interchangeably, there are some differences as to where they can be used across the United States. Let's start with looking at Easy Pass and Uni. If we look at their February 2024 network map, these are the 19 US states in which they're accepted. If we compare, this is the network map for Sunpass Pro. So in addition to the states where Easy Pass can be used, the Sunpass Pro is also accepted in Kansas, Oklahoma, and parts of Texas. So if you're planning an American road trip where you're going to be venturing west towards Texas, the Sunpass Pro might be the one to consider for you. Now, if you're a big Florida person, important to know that you can use Sunpass Pro to pay for parking at most of the major international airports in Florida, as well as the cruise port at Port Canaveral and the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. So something to consider if you're driving will include those locations. So how do we pay for all this? Well, all three transponders work in the same way. You preload a certain amount into your account using a credit or a debit card, and then you set a refill amount. For example, my Sunpass Pro is set so that whenever it reaches $10 or less, it tops it off with an additional $20. This way, you're always sure to have enough funds for your tolls, as some tolls do go beyond $10. Okay, as I mentioned at the beginning, there's one more transponder that I wanted to mention, and that is the Sunpass Mini. The Sunpass Mini is also a pocket-sized device that you attach to your windshield. I'm mentioning it here because I want to make sure that you select the correct transponder based on your driving destinations, and the Sunpass Mini is often hung up right beside the Sunpass Pro in the store. And some people may be tempted to get this one because it's only $4.99. Now, what's very important to know is that the Sunpass Mini is only specific to one vehicle. It's not applicable to motorcycles, and it is limited to 6 states only, including Florida, Georgia, Kansas, Oklahoma, North Carolina, and parts of Texas. So that's it. I hope the information in this video helps you on your next American road trip or your drive up and down the East Coast into the Sunshine State. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you learned something new, please share it to your socials. Now, if you haven't yet made your travel bucket list, and if you want some more do's and don'ts about travel, please check out these videos. To make sure you never miss out on new videos, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notifications bell. This way, you're always ready to go.